Rupe Ashwadaye Krishna Sevananda Se Balaram Gora Sange Nityananda. In all the forms he tastes the happiness of serving Krishna. That same Balaram is Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the companion of Lord Gaurasundar. Saptama Shloker Arta Kore Chari Shloke Jate Nityananda Tattva Jane Sarva Loke. I've explained the 7th verse in 4 subsequent verses. By these verses, all the world can know the truth about Lord Nityananda. Mayatite Vyapi Vaikunta Loke Purnaishvarye Sri Chatur Vyuhamadye Rupam Yashodbhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Sri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Shankarshan, in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha consisting of Vasudeva, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. There's a verse from Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary. It appears as the 8th of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's Mayatite Vyapi Vaikuntha Loke Purnaishvarye Sri Chatur Vyuhamadye Rupam Yashodbhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Sri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. I surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Nityananda Ram, who is known as Shankarshan, in the midst of the Chatur Vyuha consisting of Vasudeva, Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, far beyond the material creation. Prakratira Paravyoma Namedam Krishna Vigraha Jaiche Vibhuti Adi Gunavan. Beyond the material nature lies a realm known as Paravyoma, the spiritual sky. Sri Krishna himself, like Sri Krishna himself, it possesses all transcendental attributes, such as the 6 opulences. Sarvaga Ananda Vibhu Vaikuntharidam Krishna Krishna Avatarer Tahai Vishram. That Vaikuntha region is all-pervading, infinite, and supreme. It is the residence of Sri Krishna and his incarnations. Daharu Paribhage Krishna Loka Khyati Dharaka Mathura Gokula Tri Bidat Vestiti. In the highest region of that spiritual sky is a spiritual planet called Krishna Loka. It has 3 divisions, Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula. Sarvopare Shri Gokula, Rajalokadam, Shri Goloka, Svedad Bipa, Vrindavananam. Shri Gokula, the highest of all, is also called Braja, Goloka, Svedadvip, and Vrindavan. Sarvaga Ananda Bibhu Krishna Tanusam Upariyado Vyapi Jache Nahika Niyam. Like the transcendental body of Krishna, Gokula is all-pervading, infinite, and supreme. It expands both above and below without any restriction. Srila Jiva Goswami, the great authority and philosopher in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has discussed the abode of Krishna in his Krishna Sandarbha. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord refers to my abode. Srila Jiva Goswami, examining the nature of Krishna's abode, refers to the Skanda Purana, which states, Yeyata bhuvi vartante Puryo Bhagavata Priya Tata Shanti Vaikunte Tattva lilamritam adrita. Pardon me. Tattva lilartam adrita. Yeyata bhuvivartante puryo bhagavata priya tastata santi vaikunte tattva lilartam adrita. The abodes of Godhead in the material world, such as Dwarka, Mathura, and Goloka, are facsimiles representing the abodes of Godhead in the kingdom of God, Vaikuntadam. The unlimited spiritual atmosphere of that Vaikuntadam is far above and beyond the material cosmos. This is confirmed in the Swayambhuva Tantra in a discussion between Lord Shiva and Parvati regarding the effect of chanting the mantra of 14 syllables. There it is stated, Nanakalpa Lata Kirnam Vaikuntam Vyapaka Smaret Adha Shamyam Gunanam Cha Prakriti Sarvakaranam. While chanting the mantra, one should always remember the spiritual world, which is very extensive and full of desire trees that can yield anything one desires. Below that Vaikuntha region is the potential material energy which causes the material manifestation. The places of the pastimes of Lord Krishna, such as Dwarka, Mathura, and Vrindavan, eternally and independently exist in Krishna Loka. They are the actual abode of Lord Krishna, and there's no doubt that they are situated above the material cosmic manifestation. The abode known as Vrindavan or Gokula is also known as Goloka. The Brahma Samhita describes that Gokula, the highest region of the kingdom of God, resembles a lotus flower with thousands of petals. The outer portion of that lotus-like planet is a square place known as Svetadvipa. In the inner portion of Gokula, there is an elaborate arrangement for Sri Krishna's residence with his eternal associates such as Nanda and Yashoda. That transcendental abode exists by the energy of Sri Baladeva, who is the original whole of Sesha or Ananta. The Tantras also confirm this description by stating that the abode of Sri Anantadeva, the plenary portion of Baladeva, is called the Kingdom of God. Vrindavan Dham is the innermost abode within that quadrangular realm of Svetadvip, which lies outside the boundary of Gokula Vrindavan. According to Jiva Goswami, Vaikuntha is also called Brahmaloka. The Narada Pancharatra, in a statement concerning the mystery of Vijay, describes Tat Sarvapare Goloke Tatra Loko Pariswayam Viharet Paramanandi Govindo Tula Nayaka. The predominator of the gopis, Govinda, the principal deity of Gokula, always enjoys himself in a place called Goloka in the topmost part of the spiritual sky. From the authoritative evidence cited by Jiva Goswami, we may conclude that Krishna Loka is the supreme planet in the spiritual sky, which is far beyond the material cosmos. For the enjoyment of transcendental variety, the pastimes of Krishna there have three divisions, and these pastimes are performed in the three abodes of Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula. When Krishna descends to this universe, he enjoys the pastimes in places of the same nature. These places on earth are non-different from those original abodes, for they are facsimiles of those original holy places in the transcendental world. They are as good as Sri Krishna himself and are equally worshipable. Lord Chaitanya declared that Lord Krishna, who presents himself as the son of the king of Braja, is worshipable, and Vrindavan Dham is equally worshipable. So, Srila Jiva Goswami is explaining that just as Gokula exists in this world, Goloka exists in the divine realm, and that they are, we could say, non-different. Here I notice the word facsimile is used. So there are certain things shown in the facsimile that draw conclusions from the original abode, like the presence of sometimes Krishna killing demons and what other things. There are certain aspects of Krishna Leela that, although maybe not exactly present in Goloka, but that sensation that they produce is there in Goloka. How can I explain it? You want to say something, Maharaj? That's the sense of attachment for Krishna that's resulting, and the idea that, you know, the ideas of Parakya Ras and other sentiments that are shown in, how can you say it, shown in this world. There's the intimation of, for instance, there's an intimation of these things in the divine realm. Like there isn't, like for instance, it is in this world, there is a sense that, for instance, that the demons are coming and Krishna goes out and slays them, or that, as Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, that it is, you know, Mother Yashoda is saying that some people are saying that Krishna is the son of Devaki, but as far as I'm concerned, he's my son, and I don't know anything else. And so the sentiment of, you know, the great attachment to Krishna, in the sense that, you know, that of that attachment producing even a feeling of greater desire to protect Krishna and to assert one's own sense of attachment for Krishna, and the sense of, how can I explain it? These things are mirrored in this world, but the actual presence, we don't really perceive the actual presence of demons in Goloka and other things. But they will. There is the idea that, you know, that the residents of Vrindavan, they always want to protect Krishna. They're always concerned about him. They're always thinking about him. So that is more tangibly maybe shown in Gokula, without the actual. It's shown in Gokula, whereas in Goloka maybe there's more the intimation rather than the actual presence of the same, you know, the sense of. I can't explain it. Can you say something, Maharaj? You know about these, right?
I mean, somehow or other it's wonderful. It works nicely. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
As though they're there, but yet not. Somehow that sense is created to facilitate what we love.
I thought what you said was clear.
Okay. Chintamani Bhumi. But here Jiva Goswami is asserting that there's, you know, when Krishna descends, his Dham is present with him. His Dham, we heard all of his associates come, they descend with them. Krishna doesn't just like appear in this world and create everything, but the sense that everything is descending with him. They may be coming from Krishna, but we're not using so much words like creation. This is eternal. These are eternal leelas. These are eternal presences. Chintamani Bhumi Kalpa Vrikamaya Bana Charma Chake Dekitare Prapanchara Sama. The land there is Chintamani Dham, or touchstone, and the forests abound with desire trees. Material eyes see it, it's an ordinary place. Premanetre Dekitara Swarup Prakash Gopa-gopi Sange Jaha Krishna Rabilas. But with the eyes of love of God, one can see its real identity as the place where Sri Krishna performs his pastimes with the cowherd boys and cowherd girls. Chintamani Prakara Sadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshavriteshu Surabira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govinda Madi Parusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, yielding all desires in abodes built with spiritual gems and surrounded by millions of purpose trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune, or Lakshmis. Wow. Yes. Long purport here. Mathura. And you get some of these nice descriptions in the Brahma Samhita, because they're also the commentaries of Srila Saraswati Thakur, and his own. Mathura Dharakaya Nijarupa Prakashya Nanarupe Vilashaye Chaturvyuha Hoina. He manifests his own form in Mathura and Dwarka. He enjoys pastimes in various ways by expanding into the quadruple forms. Vasudeva Shankarshana Pradyumna Aniruddha Sarvachatur Vyuhamshi Turiya Vishuddha. Vasudeva Shankarshana Pradyumna and Aniruddha are the primary quadruple forms from whom all other quadruple forms are manifested. They are all purely transcendental.
What does Turiya mean, Maharaj? Turiya?
Turiya, let's see. Transcendental is what it's defined as here. Aitina Loke Krishna Kebala Lila Moy Nijagana Loya Keli Ananta Samoy. What you're reading along, is there a definition there of Turiya?
No particular comments is given.
But no, the word by word, yes. No, they don't give a word by word. It's just.
And generally, the word it literally means fourth. So referring to the three modes, and then that which is in addition to that or beyond that. So transcendental. Beyond the modes of nature.
Okay. 18 Loke Krishna Kebala Lila Moy. I don't know about just saying sometimes the word transcendental is present so much that I kind of like use a transcendental filter on it. Eighteen Loke Krishna Kevala Moy Nijagana Loya Keli Ananta Samoy. Only in these three places, Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula, does the all-pervading, only in these three places, Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula, does the all-sporting Krishna perform his endless pastimes with his personal associates. Paravyoma Madhye Kore Swarup Prakash Narayana Rupe Koran Bibida Bilas. In the Vaikuntha planets of the spiritual sky, the Lord manifests his identity as Narayan and performs pastimes in various ways. Swarup Vigraha Krishna Kevala Dvibuja Narayana Rupe Setanu Chaturbuja Shankachakra Gada Padma Maheshwaryamoy Shribu Nila Shakti Jaracharan Saboy Shribu Nila Shakti Jaracharana Sevai. Okay. Krishna's own form has only two hands. Krishna's own form has only two hands, but in the form of Lord Narayana, he has four hands. Lord Narayana holds a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus flower, and he is full of great opulence. The Shri, Bhu, and Nila energies serve at his lotus feet. Jajapi Kevalatara Kridam Matradharma tatapi jivere kripai kore ekama. Although his pastimes are his only characteristic functions, by his causeless mercy he performs one activity for the fallen souls. Salokya samipya sharshti sarupya prakar chari mukti diya kore jiberan nishtar. He delivers the fallen living entities by offering them the four kinds of liberation: salokya, samipya, sharshti, and sarupya. Brahmasayujya mukter taha nahi gati Vaikunta bahire hoy tasabar stiti. Those who attain Brahmasayujya liberation cannot gain entrance into Vaikunta. Their residence is outside the Vaikunta planets. Vaikunta bahire ek jyotirmoy mandal Krishnara Angera Prabha Parama Ujjwal. Outside the Vaikunta planets is the atmosphere of the glowing effulgence, Jyotirmoy, which consists of the supremely bright rays of the body of Lord Krishna. So those who have these, those who attain these kind of, the four kinds of liberation, they have residence in the Vaikunta planets. Those are, you know, Salokya, Samipya, Sharshti, and Sarupya. Salokya, living on the planet of the Lord. Samipya, Sharshti, Sarupya. Well, I don't know exactly the order, but Salokya, the same planet of the Lord. Then there's Sarupya, having a form similar to the Lord. What is it? Sharshti is the opulence of the Lord. And Samipya is opulence. What is Samipya?
Nearness.
Nearness. Okay. The association of the Lord. All right. So they get that. Those who get what is the Sayujya Mukti, I guess that's what it's called. Then those persons, they don't get entrance into the Vaikunta because they're too busy merging with the atmosphere outside of Vaikunta. So that's they don't want their own. They cancel their own identity anyway, so they don't need to. They're not entering into the spiritual, the actual planets of the Lord. They're in the atmosphere outside. Yes, question?
Question. Does that mean that in the Vaikuntha planets, the residents who are servants, but they still have the desire for those different things, like having the form, living on the planet, and things like that?
No, they don't have that desire. They already have those. They have already attained that form.
I mean, is that why they stopped there?
No, they have gained the entrance into the Vaikuntha planets. They're engaged as eternal associates of the Lord. They have these opulences. They all have those opulences. They're all living near Krishna. They all have, you know, a form similar to Vaikuntha, not four hands. All right. They all have, you know. They all have these attributes. That's the quality of living there, you know, just like if you live in some rich place. Give me the name of a rich place in this world. Here, what's exclusive place? Monte Carlo or something like that, you know. If you live there, generally you will be wealthy and all these other things. You have that. In Vaikuntha planets, they're all associating with serving Lord Vishnu. They're servants of Lord Vishnu. They have form like Lord Vishnu. They have opulence like Lord Vishnu. They have the proximity of living near Lord Vishnu. And like that, they're eternal associates of the Lord. They're not desiring anything. They only desire the service of the Lord. But they have more that mood of the mood which is present in Vaikuntha is more a sense of you know, awe, reverence, majesty, respect. That is Aishvarya Gyan, kind of that. They have that sense of Aishvarya, a sense of, you know, opulences. Whereas in Krishna's abode, it is more, there's more of a intimate relationship. Kevala Bhakti, it's more of a sense of, you know, it's not so much, it's following more like Ragatmika Bhakti. It's not following this more the mood of, there's less formality there. Because when we hear pastimes in Vrindavan as corresponding the pastimes in, for instance, Dwarka, we see a difference, and we see that in Vrindavan the mood of intimacy is present, and that shows itself in sometimes, you know, arguing with Krishna, you know, sense of maybe jealousy with Krishna and all that. Whereas Rukmini is more the predominant, you know, she had. Although I did read recently something a little different, but Rukmini is there, the kind of the queen, the predominant queen in the Dwarka realm. But somebody wrote, I was reading one purport, it was saying, but actually Satyabhama, she has the greatest intimacy, but I don't know. But Rukmini, when Krishna told her, you know, you would have been better off marrying Shishupal. You know, I think, you know, he could have provided for you better and all these things. And she just actually fainted hearing that, you know, like, you know, maybe you made the wrong choice. And the bangle, what is it, the bangles fell from her hand, and she fell like, it's described like a cut banana tree or something like that. And
I forget, Maharaj, are they the two, Rukmini and Satyabhama, are Srimati Radharani and Chandravali, or is that different? I forget.
No, that is, it's stated something like that they appear there. But, okay, but I'm just saying that so then we would, I don't know if it's correct, but we could extrapolate to say that in Vaikuntha Loka there is a different set of predominant values than there are in Vrindavan. That there, we see Rukmini, she more or less represents the position of the upper role of intelligence and you know, mental. Is that right? And how would you say that? Rukmini is showing more that less emotion and more, I don't want to use the wrong words because then it becomes pejorative, but it's, you know, there's a kind of, you might say, a reversal of values that is in Vrindavan. The qualities we see of the spontaneity and the extreme, you know, variety of emotions of Srimati Radharani in Dwarka, that is not the stated as not the upper quality. I'm just getting into a morass of, you know, explanation, not really explaining it properly, but
Is it following a more like
difference between Vaikuntha and Vrindavan is basically that one is more Aishvarya, that is Vaikuntha, and Vrindavan is more the sense of Raga Marg, of the natural attraction flowing all the time and less formality, even to the point that different residents, they're thinking themselves sometimes equal to or stronger than Krishna, and they'll, in their pastimes, they're thinking, oh, you know, Krishna's not so strong, I can defeat him in battle, you know, play battle like that. So the sense of more intimacy. Nobody's thinking that. Nobody's thinking that way in Vaikuntha. And you see that in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when it's Gopakumar, when he gets to the Vaikuntha realm, he's totally out of place. He's not at all a natural element there. You know, he shows an intimacy there that the people, please, they're a little taken back, you know. He says, "Hey Hari, hey Gopal," and they say, "Please, we don't call Vaikuntha not Hey Hari, hey Gopal. That's not the way we address him. Is it not?" And they say like that. Then we should. He's progressively going upwards, so he can go to his next place. What do you say if we send him to Dwarka? No, he won't fit in well there either. Send him straight to Vrindavan, to Goloka. And there, he attains Goloka, and what is the mood? Immediately, Krishna comes and embraces him and says, where have you been? I'm waiting for you and everything, and he's embracing him. Although maybe he's never been away, but he's embracing, and Gopakumar and Krishna, they both, you know, they swoon or faint, and everyone's watching.
When Srila Govinda Maharaj first saw that painting of Gopakumar returning, he said, just see the gopis. They are thinking, who is this newcomer?
Jajapi kevala tarak krida matra dharma tatapi jivere kripai koreye karma. Although his pastimes are his only characteristic functions, by his causeless mercy he performs one activity for the fallen souls. So we read that. He delivers the fallen souls by offering them the four kinds of liberation: Salokya, Samipya, Sharsti, and Sarupya. Those who attain the Brahma Sayuja liberation cannot gain entrance into Vaikuntha. Their residence is outside the Vaikuntha planets. Outside the Vaikuntha planets is the atmosphere of the glowing effulgence, which consists of the supremely bright rays of the body of Lord Krishna. Vaikuntha Bahire Jyotirmoy Mandal Krishnara Angera Prabha Parama Ujjwal Siddhaloka Namatara Prakritira Par Chit Swarupa Tahanahi Chit Shakti Vikar. That region is called Siddhaloka, and it is beyond material nature. Its essence is spiritual, but it does not have spiritual varieties. Siddhaloka is this, you know, the results of Brahma Sayuja. Siddhaloka is that Paravyoma, you know, the glowing effulgence atmosphere. Siddhaloka is where, you know, like Brahmaloka, something like that, you know. Surya Mandala Chena Bahira Nirvishesh Bitare Suryara Rata Adi Sabisesh. It is the homogeneous effulgence around the sun. It is like the homogeneous effulgence around the sun. But inside the sun are the chariots, horses, and other opulences of the sun god. So, inside the sun are the chariots, horses, and other opulences of the sun god. So we can say that's inside the sun. But those chariots, horses, and other opulences are not made of, for instance, the chariots are not made of wood, that's for sure. Neither are the horses, made of mundane elements. It's all fiery realm inside the sun.
What is Vikar?
You can't see that even with sunglasses. What?
What is Vikar?
What?
Vikar, was it?
No Vikar.
Was it the last one, maybe?
Savisesh.
I must be thinking of the last one then, sorry.
Oh, Vikar in the last verse. Chit Shakti Vikar, change of the spiritual energy. Does not have.
So must be change, huh?
Well, this is referring to the homogeneous region of Siddhaloka. It's like homogenized milk. So, Kama Dveshad Vayat Snehad Yata Bhakteshware Mana Aveshatad Agam Hitva Mahavas Tad Gatim Gata. As through devotion to the Lord one can attain his abode, many have attained that goal by abandoning their sinful activities and absorbing their minds in the Lord through lust, envy, fear, or affection. So they can attain that Siddhaloka. Because they're attaining some kind of consciousness, but always thinking of the Lord, but lustily, enviously, fearful, or fear or affection. Affection, then through affection one can actually gain entrance into the abode of the Lord, but one can also gain the Siddhaloka realm by thinking of the Lord constantly with lust, envy, or fear. Yad arinam priyanam cha prapyam ekam ivoditam tad brahma krishnayor aikyat Kiranar ko bhama jusho. When it has been stated that the Lord's enemies and devotees attain the same destination, this refers to the ultimate oneness of Brahman and Lord Krishna. This may be understood by the example of the sun and the sunshine, in which Brahman is like the sunshine and Krishna himself is like the sun. So, okay. So those who are the enemies of the Lord, they attain, it says, when it says they attain the same destination, well, they attain in the sense that they attain entrance into beyond the material nature, but those who are the enemies of the Lord attain this merging with the Lord's, with the Lord, the rays of the Lord in that realm. What's the word I want to use for that realm? The Tatastha realm, right? Would you call it the Tatastha realm? Huh?
Brahmaloka?
Is there any difference between Brahmaloka and Siddhaloka?
According to context, right now they're being referred to as in the same way.
Tachi parabhyomenana chit shakti vilas nirvisesha jyotirbimba mahire prakash. Thus in the spiritual sky there are varieties of pastimes within the spiritual energy. Outside the Vaikuntha planets appears the impersonal reflection of light. Nirvisesh Brahma se kevala jyotirmoy Sayujyara adhikari tahapai loy. The impersonal Brahman effulgence consists only of the effulgent rays of the Lord. Those fit for Sayujya liberation merge into that effulgence. Siddhalokas tu tamasa pare yatra vasantihi siddha brahma sukhe magna daityascha harina hata. Beyond the region of ignorance, the material cosmic manifestation, lies the realm of Siddhaloka. The Siddhas reside there, absorbed in the bliss of Brahman. Demons killed by the Lord also attain that realm. So, we'll read that with a little what do they call it, inflection. Beyond the region of ignorance, the material cosmic manifestation lies the realm of Siddhaloka. The Siddhas reside there, absorbed in the bliss of Brahman. Demons killed by the Lord also attain that realm. Say parabhyome narayanera charipashe daraka chatur vyuher tvatiya prakashe. In that spiritual sky, in the four sides of Narayan, are the second expansions of the quadruple expansions of Dwarka. Vasudeva Shankarshana Pradyumnani Ruda Ditya Chaturvyuha Tvatiya Chaturvyuha Turiya Vishuddha. Vasudeva Shankarshan Pradyumna Nani Ruda constitute this second quadruple. They are purely transcendental.
Maybe you missed a verse, Maharaj. Did you?
No, I don't think so. We'll see in a minute. Nope, 41, 42.
Okay. Wow, that was...
Yeah, it's a long purport. Tahaje Rameta Rupa Mahashankarshan Chid Shakti Ashrayati Ho Karanera Karan. Just really commenting on this purport.
Is there also a gigantic purport in yours, Maharaj?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where is that?
5, 6. It's on the commentaries. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-page purport here. What's that?
Maharaj is asking what's there, so it's mainly from Bhakti.
Tahaje Rameta Rup Mahashankarshan Chid Shakti Ashraya Deho Karanera Karan. There, the personal feature of Balaram, called Mahashankarshan, is the shelter of the spiritual energy. He is the primary cause, the cause of all causes. So generally, I'm commenting, and sometimes correctly, sometimes not, but I mean, the purports, I have always seen the purports, the commentaries of the Acharyas, and there's like, you know, commentaries, just like if you're those students who are advanced in research, they have ample opportunity to pursue complete explanations and nuances, and sometimes in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, even to the point of knowing the railway stations near certain events, etc. Not that even the railway stations necessarily exist anymore, but you could still research them. If you wanted to go on those pilgrimages and go to every place and the different places where Mahaprabhu visited and all that, you could research it, and then through the purports you could find out where to go. But, you know, and then in the purports there are detailed explanations sometimes by the acharyas of nuances and meanings and all that. But that sometimes I feel is in the realm of an explanation or research. Now, where that becomes more predominant or more necessary, according to the statements of Srila Govinda Maharaj, is in when you're reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because there, I mean, Guru Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj said that one should read the Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of one's guru. And then, although they're not necessarily following that, Govinda Maharaj told those who were interested in studying or reading the Srimad Bhagavatam that yes, you can read the Srimad Bhagavatam, but read it from start to finish and read all the purports also. That was said. But then in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said the inner meaning of the Srimad Bhagavatam is percolated, you know. So where does that word, you know, that's used, the word percolated, made more strong and more developed. then, you know, percolating does that, you know, it's going and bubbling up and percolating. And that word is used in the introduction to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The intensity of the meaning of the Srimad Bhagavatam is shown and even made more clear in the words of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And one of the verses, well, I'm just looking at the English translation, but I like especially the by the way, I'll stop here, but the one translation I always remember that I like is explanation of the verse, what is it? Tvitiya biniveshatad shat. What's that, you know that? Say the verse. Yeah, and the Chaitanya Charitamrita, more than the explanation of the Bhagavatam, it talks about role reversals. You know, who is the eternal servant when in that realm of of the realm predominated by false ego? Who is the eternal servant of Hari becomes Krishna's competitor. And it talks about a role reversal. So I always like that. And it produces this sense of overwhelming fear too. You know, so I always like that kind of understanding. I feel that you know, that the meanings given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the development, the place, just as Guru Maharaj is showing the importance of different verses and their development by the way and order that he chooses in the Prapana Jivanamrita, which we haven't read yet, but that shows the importance in the same way that Chaitanya Charitamrita is taking verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam and showing them in the importance of the development of what Krishnadas Kaviraj is showing in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, showing how they apply, what their inner meaning is, and everything like that. So now, do we read something of Prapana Jivanamrita, or would you consider this is now late?
It's late, Maharaj.
One verse?
It's like, I'll get it.
No, all right, I'll stop here then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is that camera still going, right? Okay.
Yeah, we don't know how to attend.
I think Didi does. She's probably busy though.
We'll be happy to hear the kirtan. We get requests sometimes. We want more of the kirtan.
Okay. I was going to make an off-record comment.
Oh, I see.
All right. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama
Hari Haraya Nama Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Sharadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sharadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghuna Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghuna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Ramana Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghuna Jai Gosai Gauri Charana
Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Jo Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gauranga Sundar Radha Giridhar Jo Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Manamansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shiman Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Manamansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shiman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan. I skipped. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sanant Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Ramsi Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasade Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishvavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Namadev Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. SoCal, pardon me, London Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Manrani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan. Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Shri Purushottama Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shrina Shingadev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sripad Bhakti Vigraha Nyasi Maharaj Ki Jai. Sripad Bhakti Kamal Tyagi Maharaj Ki Jai. Vishakha Devi Dasi Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Okay. Johnny March before